the high school football been in Nebraska?
It's kind of funny that you asked me. I mean, coming from somebody that played high school football in the state here in Lincoln, and then going and moving to Nashville and working for Rivals, covering, the Rivals 100 and covering games in all your hotbeds of high school football, everywhere in Texas and Florida and California and Georgia and Pennsylvania and Ohio. I've been everywhere. Then I'm like, oh God, I'm moving back to Lincoln and I'm going to have to cover Nebraska high school football. And it was tough for a while because the talent wasn't very good when I got back here. And we're talking 2011. I had, Nebraska had produced a 5-star Baker Steinkuhler who went to Nebraska, and he was out of Lincoln Southwest. And I had flew in from Nashville to cover him when he was in high school. And that kind of, he was definitely that kind of a talent, but you could tell that the guys playing against him, it was night and day. But lately, this talent pool has really increased around here. You've got a lot of blue collar type kids that you've always had, but now you're getting a lot of mix of a lot of skill position guys that, if they don't end up at Power 5 schools, they end up at your North Dakota States, your South Dakota States, your Northern Illinois, your Wyomings. And they're foundations of those teams. You go to North Dakota State and you win the national title every year. The talent in Nebraska, the high school talent has gotten really good. And I mean, the Omaha metro area, you've got teams like I mentioned, Bellevue West, Omaha West Side, who won the state title this year, Omaha North, Omaha Central, Papillion, La Vista. I mean, you got a lot of power schools, your Millard schools. They all play high level of high school football. The Class A division in the state of Nebraska, very high level, and I'm impressed and I'm proud to be covering it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I see where for 2021, Nebraska plucked up 3 of the top 5 players in the state. We, of course, have run down all these guys. Avante Dickerson got away, as well as Keegan Johnson, but otherwise got the other 3.
Yep.
In 2021, and 3 of them are 4-stars.
And I keep on bringing up that Bellevue West team. With Keegan Johnson, he had an amazing season. And Bellevue West only got to play 7 games because of COVID. They had a lot of cancellations, and had they played a full 12, 13 games, Keegan Johnson probably would have walked away with the all-time receiving record for the state. He was that good and that prolific. And they've got another one coming up. He just finished his freshman year, and he's already got an Iowa offer and a Nebraska offer that offered him before the season even started. That's before even playing a game of varsity football. So, they produce a lot of talent coming out of Bellevue West.
That is crazy to me to project an 8th grader playing college football, regardless of how athletic he is. That's just something else.
And right, how crazy Nebraska fans are and crazy about recruiting. And right now, I saw comments today because we cover, we had a feature on this school today, and I saw people screaming out if they let the kid we're talking about, his name is Davon Hall, and fans were screaming out if they let Davon Hall go to Iowa, there's going to be mutiny around here.
Craig Peterson, you can join him on Rivals Husker Online, and as he mentioned, the YouTube channel, just type in the search bar Husker Online right here on YouTube, and you can catch all of his player interviews. Scott Frost news conferences are right there for you. Hey, Greg, we always appreciate the time and the breakdown. You're always welcome, and we'll get after some spring football position previews here pretty soon.
Absolutely. Like we've been talking about, recruiting is just so up in the air right now with, the kids in these situations that their hands are kind of tied right now. And, you know, I sound like I'm beating a dead horse here, but, you know, jump on those offers soon, because kids are doing whatever they can. I mean, we talked to a kid that goes to Omaha Burke High School that they didn't have a season, and he ended up transferring to a Class B school, Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. And because his family didn't move, they wouldn't allow him to play varsity football, so he had to play on the JV team. And, and he just wrecked it on the JV. So, yeah, these kids are doing whatever they can. So hopefully, you know, we can talk some more recruiting here with some good news coming up here. But in the meantime, we'll get after that spring stuff.
And I would think that, you know, based on what you said about the couple top players in the state not liking to play in the cold, that those visits in May are key for Nebraska. They would love to get people on campus when it's a nice little 65 to 75 degrees and looking great.
Well, that's, you know, if this dead period now extends out until June, Nebraska's spring game is scheduled for May 1st. And, you know, that's usually you're going to have a bunch of official visitors on that, and you're not going to be able to have that. So, yeah, it's just an ongoing battle, and we'll see how this all pans out.
All right, Greg, we always appreciate it.
No problem, Mark. Take it easy.